Hi, my name is Anna Armstrong, and I'm part of the Johnson City Public Schools Foundation. Today I would like to walk you through the grant application to help you fill it out as best as you can and hopefully win a grant. On the very first page, there are guidelines. Please take your time to read through all of the guidelines. Not following directions can eliminate you from the process of receiving a grant. The committee is very specific on what is required, what should not be included, so take a minute to read through and make sure your grant follows those guidelines. Two things I would like to point out is this year, that any teacher or employee responsible for education in a classroom setting can apply. This would include classified staff that could potentially be RTI or a related arts position, but this opens it up to more people who are impacting our students every day. Another one to pay attention to is consumables. Consumables are anything that's going to run out, such as dirt for a potting project. That would need to be replaced every year. Things like that should not be included in your grant. Your grant will be eliminated if consumables are listed. The lower section needs to be completely filled out. Do not leave sections or areas blank. That can also eliminate you from this process. And where it says principal signature, please keep in mind that your principal needs time to review your application, and all applications are due to central office by October 15th. Please allow time for your principal to sign and review your application. On the questions portion, where it says do not use your name or your school or department's name, if you have alluded to or stated your school, position, this could eliminate you from the process. We need to make sure that there is no bias when it comes to these applications being read by the committee. So please do not include your name, your school, or department's name. For grant title, this should match the grant title on the first page as well. Make sure they're the same titles. And have fun with the grant title. Think of something catchy. This first box where it says describe your grant request and goals for your students. This can be something as simple as stating what you would like and then goals that this grant will help your students with. Objectives, list the objectives and curriculum standards and number. Please take the time to look up the standards that your grant will impact. We realize there are some objects you request that may not be a direct standard correlation, but everything that you are requesting should support learning and should support standards. And if there are multiple standards, more than that would reach in those pages or fill those, it could be a lot. Also take the time to explain that, because there are items that maybe don't directly have a standard connection, but definitely impact students being successful with standards. Do not skip this section. This can really help the committee see just what your grant will do. Relation to purpose. There are a lot of questions listed here, and I'm not going to read them all, but this section is where you help the grant committee envision what will happen in your classroom. How does this support you as a teacher? How does it support the learner? How many students will be impacted? There are a lot of parts to this section. Please take the time to read through and make sure those questions are answered, but also feel free to add more to help the committee truly envision what this grant can do for you and your students. All of these boxes can be stretched and moved digitally, so if you need to move and stretch, feel free to do that. On evaluation, what measures will you use to determine the success based on the goals you set? So earlier in the application, you listed goals. Now you need to show how you will measure the success that those goals were met. Realize not every measurement can be formal data. We know that. Not everything you request could be assessed on a checkpoint or TCAP. But really reflect as educators the way you measure success of a student. And take the time to explain those measures and how you know your grant will be effective based on those measures. In the budget section, this needs to be very detailed. and should include shipping cost. Remember, tax is not factored in. Nonprofits, your school, will be purchasing these items with money. So don't worry about tax, but definitely include all material cost and shipping. This is often skipped over, and people are surprised that, oh, I didn't realize I had to plan for that. Make a plan for that and include that in your total. Down here it says budget items must be totaled and total must match the amount requested. If the total exceeds the amount of $1,500, you must explain where the additional funding would come from to complete the request. This connects to having your principal sign your grant application. Because should your request go over $1,500, the committee wants to know that you have made a plan with your principal or PTA or whoever is helping with this to cover the additional cost. Do not assume that the school will cover the additional cost. Please discuss with them if this is a possibility and get their approval before you say that the grant will go over and someone will cover it. We look forward to reading your request and look forward to seeing all of these grants, as many as we can, be fulfilled and just how much this will impact the students of Johnson City Schools.